Nico, first county championship game of the season, first county championship win. Must be delighted.
Absolutely delighted. The way the boys stuck in there, it's a marathon, and the boys played beautifully. Just to watch the captain Paul Horton and Hassan Azad really show real true application under pressure. Final innings is always pressure time, and just the manner in which they played is exactly how they've practiced and prepared in the winter. That's the nice thing. They haven't resorted back to old things. They've absolutely stuck to what they've been working on and the trust in their game, and we've got it's been exceptional.
And there's been some great performances from day one through to day four. So we've got the likes of Tom Taylor, Hassan Azad on his county championship debut. Colin Ackerman came in, Lewis Hill as well. Must be delighted with the performances individually as well.
Yeah, to win games, to win big games like this against Sussex, first time for 17 years I believe we've won up here, and you need a collective. You need a real collective. You can't just be one or two guys scoring runs. Last year Colin Ackerman got close to a double 100 against them, but everybody else fell around him, and we didn't quite get over the line. So for this game, Tommy Taylor, exceptional spell. It's very tough to come back from a 30 odd for 5 in the county championship. So that the game there is 60%. You've got hold of the game. So delighted that Paul Horton, as a leader, you want your leader to stand up and be counted. He's captained the side beautifully. Played a real captain's gem of an innings. Took the sting out of the game. And then Lewis Hill coming in, playing very positively and sprightly. We know he can do that, and it's just the consistency. And it's about, you get your rewards, you get your just rewards, and we've done that.
And the game swung both ways, as I say, throughout the 4 days as well. And going as far back as lunch yesterday, you could argue that it was still in Sussex's favour. So to come out from that point and then to turn the game around and run out eventual winners, must be pleased with that.
Yeah, definitely. The wicket was, it was losing its pace, and the ball was getting older. And Paul Horton said, this is the time in this match that we have to get hold of it. We've got to get hold of it. And the energy that we came out with after lunch, we demanded those wickets, and that's what happened. And again, it's the collective, and which we did everything right. We put the ball in enough good areas. We had presence as a fielding unit. We just asked a lot of questions, and we get our rewards. And delighted for everybody. Delighted for the backroom staff. Matt Mason's done a lot of work this winter with the ballers, one-to-one group sessions from November onwards. Coming in when it's dark and going home when it's dark. John Sadler with the batsmen has been working brilliantly. The guys now know their games on that deeper level, and they're in a good place. And this time last year against Durham, we fell short. We panicked. The old Leicester crept in. Now we've had time with the players. We're in a good place. It was testament last night. The guys went out for dinner on the last day of a game, and they're all out together. And that tells you a lot about this squad. This squad reminds me a lot of the team of 1996 that was successful, because we've got a bunch of very good blokes, and they get on like a house on fire. And to see Matt Cosgrove come back after a tough year last year, walk off, lead us off at the end, 50 odd not out, played beautifully. Class act. Is a class act.
And to go back to just the beginning of today, obviously you had Paul Horton experience that he's got under his belt at the crease, alongside Hassan Azad. The composure that he's got in just on his debut is unbelievable. And then they're followed by the likes of, as you say, Cosgrove and Ackerman. The experience that you've had from your batsmen today is just unbelievable. Surely you couldn't have wanted different people at the crease.
Absolutely, yeah. Hassan Azad's come in. He's had a tough time getting a county over the years, and finally we showed real belief in him. And he's a man. He reminds me of a modern day Andy Flower. He wants to bat and bat and bat, and his mental resilience and his attention to detail and his practice, his hunger for runs and being out in the middle. And what that does, he might not score at a tempo that's ultra pleasing for people to watch, but what that does, it gets the shine off the new ball. It's 35, 40, 50 overs all by the time Matt Cosgrove walks out to the bat, and Colin Ackerman walk out to bat, and Lewis Hill. So he's doing such a great job for those guys, and that's where we feel the benefit of it, to score big runs. And even I've got to mention Chris Wright, batting partnership down the order with a few of the guys there, and right at the end with Will Davies. They put about 35 on, I think it was, for the last wicket, and that is immeasurable. All of a sudden you take put 35 on, another 35 to get in the last innings. Odd one's keeping a bit low, it's starting to nibble. Sussex put the heavy roll on to take the bounce out of the way, and so it made it misbehave a little bit. But just the whole group was just so pleased with the whole group. It's going to make it interesting now selection wise when Mohamed Abbas comes back Slightly later on, probably about the 15th, 16th, he's back, so he's not going to be with us for Worcester, but winning side, it's a great thing to have at this time of year.
You just mentioned it there, obviously Worcester's coming up. I don't want to move on too quickly, take the shine off the victory, but what are you thinking going into that game now?
Yeah, well, listen, first and foremost, we take a lot of confidence. We're planning to be a good pitch at Grace Road. They've seen the wicket. The wicket's looks a really good surface that Andy and his team have prepared for us. So, we've got to go out and believe we're going to win the game. Man for man, we talk in the dressing room. We believe we're as good as any team in the country. We've just got to, keep doing our things, not get carried away. Yes, we win. We want to win, and we demand that we win, and we give it. We work hard to win, but there's going to be tough times around the corner. You never quite know what it is. Like a game, it ebbs and flows. A season ebbs and flows. At the moment, we're in a very good place, and we just got to keep trying to keep this work ethic and this momentum forward. And the guys have got to keep driving that as well as a group. We want to make sure that people, we all take responsibility, keep pushing ourselves. We fell off a bit last year. We were going to make sure that doesn't happen this year. So it's exciting. It's an exciting time of the year. We've come here, we wanted to win, and we've done it against a high class team. With overseas pro, we won without an overseas pro. So all the credit to the guys in the dressing room.